morning. We're back. It is Monday. Another week. Had 42 miles 2 weeks ago, 35 miles last week, but this week 0 miles. Starting over again. I'm feeling pretty good. I honestly cannot remember the last time that I've felt like this much progress and like this much excitement to get out there and train for dozens of miles every single week. I don't know what this week's gonna hold. I'm gonna be honest. Like I keep saying, like I'm gonna cycle more or I'm gonna run more or do this or do that. But this week, I'm not gonna tell you anything because we all know how that goes. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here and record this intro. I'm not bringing lunch today. I'm just saying that now because I ate too much during dinner last night, so there's nothing left over. But I am bringing my own coffee, so that's kind of a Trump hand thing. Anyway, I'll see you at work. I think it's only right that I start off this video by saying, don't lose hope. There's a lot of shit going on right now that can make it really easy to feel hopeless, to feel like nothing will ever get better, and to feel like we're living through the most tumultuous times in history. And while you can, and it is possible to take solace in the fact that there has always been conflict and people have got through it one way or another, humanity has persisted. That doesn't mean that right now isn't hard for you, me, and everybody around us. And I always try to remember this quote from Margaret Mead where she says, "Never underestimate the power of a small, committed group of individuals to change the world. In fact, it is the only thing that ever has." So, with protests, with the execution of 2 American citizens by federal agents, it's important to remember that you don't have to show up to these protests yourself. You don't have to be on the ground if, let's say your situation doesn't allow that. It's great if you can. But you should support them, whether you can do that financially, morally, all of that. We are all American citizens, and we should defend the rights for our fellow Americans to protest for that free speech and to safeguard the lives of all the other people around us. So, yeah, I know this is all a training vlog and training and life and all that, but at the root of all my videos is moral philosophy and living a good life, how to live a good life, and how to be the person that philosophy is trying to make me. And whether I'm running or writing or making videos or playing video games, morality permeates through all that stuff. And that is the foundation of who I am. So it would not feel right for me to not mention that from the get-go. Yo, what's up? I am back from work, and this is the fit for the, can you guess? The 5-mile run. I got like pretty standard half tights on, and this bandit shirt that I got, God, this was the winter of 2024. Dear God, the passing of time. No man can escape it. I didn't get around to recording it, but my coworker bought everyone lunch today because he went to the casino this weekend, put $100 in, and did a $4 bet on the slots and won $9,000. So good for him. I'm happy for him. I wish shit like that would happen to me. I got a wedding to pay for. But you know what? We take the free lunch. On the bright side, I got off work like 30 minutes early, so yeah, I'm about to start my run 30 minutes early, and that is fantastic because I won't have to bring a headlamp. So let's get after it. I'm actually doing some calf raises because my calves have been pretty tight. I did 16 miles on Saturday, and then I did 6 miles yesterday, which is kind of amazing because, as I've said before, like I just can't remember the last time that I was able to train with this much volume. It's fucking very good, actually. Very, very good. Obviously, there's some tightness here or there. I feel like I just need to remain mobile. I need to remain elastic.
And I just need to make sure that I'm recovering well, because just because the runs are going well doesn't mean my body is always going to respond the same way post-run, if you know what I mean. So as long as I'm, fueling right, and just sleeping right, which I pretty much always do, except Yami has been a terrorist lately. A terrorist, just messing with anything and everything while we're trying to sleep. And obviously that's not good. So yeah, honestly, like every other night, I have been slacking a little bit on my stretching, which is something that I noticed, but it's funny because I notice it, but then I just don't do anything about it. And I know that I will pay the consequences for that. The human mind is incredible. I love it. Yo, what's going on? Got a nice little backlight going. Nice little golden hour. I feel like I'm dressed perfectly for this. Oh my God, look at that fucking lighting. Holy shit. Yeah, long sleeve though. Whatever Bandit made this thing out of, peak. Got the gloves on too. New gloves. I don't think I've showed these yet. Satara got them for me for Christmas. They make me faster.
Good morning. I forgot to show my dinner last night, but I actually have it for lunch today. It was sweet potatoes, like a mixed veggie from Costco. You get like fucking 10-pound bags. It's amazing. And then some sous vide sirloin, also from Costco, which has been really good for just quick like steak strip type meals. We used them for some like prime rib and au jus sandwiches last week. I think that was last week. Yeah, and it was incredible. Yeah, I got to be better about showing some of my food, because I feel like that's a really important part of the whole training process. Everybody fucking talks about this these days, but fueling is so important. But that's also to say that people overthink it a lot. Like my main thing is like, okay, one thing of protein, one carb, and then one veggie. And that's pretty much the foundation for like all my meals. We ate dinner, and so Tara and I do this thing a lot where we'll eat and then we'll sit on the couch and just talk. Like sometimes, yeah, we'll watch a movie or TV show or, just whatever. I love the fact that we spend time just talking to each other, asking each other what we think about, the stuff that's going on in the world, or deeper issues of, things like where society is heading, or philosophical issues, and we push back on each other, which is what I really enjoy too. And it's not just like one person talking and one person listening the whole entire time, or just talking through each other or at each other. But it's this deep connection that we have that allows us to explore the ideas in our heads and bounce them off of somebody who we know is going to be honest with us. And obviously I'm not a relationship coach or anything like that, but I think that is one of the key foundational points of why I feel so good in our relationship. Because we're able to take the hard problems and talk about them, and not only problems with what's going on in the world, or something that we might be struggling with internally, but even problems that we might have with each other. We don't let them fester. We bring them up like immediately, and we value communication as if it is the life force of the relationship, because it kind of is. You can't have any good relationship without good communication. So have the hard conversations. They make all the difference in the world.
Yo, what's going on? Food. I'm pretty much just standing by today, not really doing much. There's a lot of stuff in construction where sometimes you'll spend a whole day moving stuff from like one end of the job to the other, because one contractor is like, hey, we don't like that stuff there. Loud truck being loaded. We don't like that stuff there. We want you to move it because it's going to be in the way of this thing that's coming in. And then you move it, and then like a couple weeks later, they're like, hey, we didn't tell you this, even though we knew, but the place where you moved all that stuff, yeah, you got to move it again. So kind of funny. A lot of guys get all like bent out of shape about that kind of stuff, but sometimes that's just the work. Sometimes you just gotta show up and do the work, and it's fucking stupid and all that, but I mean, it's just not in your control, dude. You can't control everybody. You can't control every single tier of the chain of command, so I don't know, why would you even try? It's just, I guess that's kind of the lesson. My job has been very stressful at times, but more and more, especially the past couple of years, I've just learned to like really embody that lack of control that so much of us have. But to really not focus on the fact that I don't control those things, but focus on the fact that there are some things, small things that I can control, and then lean into those things fully. Hello. It's 5:30. I normally get home at 4. You could say we're a little bit late to the gym, but we're gonna hit a delicious, succulent, gut-wrenching, arduous leg day. Hello. Back from the gym. Leg day complete, and then I got this black miso cod, right? From Costco. It's like $23 for a pack of 5 of them. Everybody says it's like a Nobu duplicate. I've never been a Nobu because honestly, sushi's sushi. It can't be that good. I refuse to believe it. And wait, you want to show yours? It's really good though, this stuff. The portions are a little small. I will say they could be slightly larger, but we got this at the same time that we got a re-up on the, I think it's Alaskan salmon or Atlantic salmon. I don't know. Just, it's in the frozen section at Costco, and it's so easy. If you are not putting frozen fish fillets in the air fryer, you are wasting time. And that's not the way we like to frame a lot of things, but oh my God, it is so easy to make fish. And even Yami agrees. It's so easy, right? Oh, he wants the fish. He wants the fish. But yeah, it's so easy. The air fryer is just one of the greatest pieces of technology. It's like the Elden Ring of appliances. Like nobody ever could have predicted it.
Parallel match between air fryer and rice cooker.
Yeah, air fryer, rice cooker combo. Yeah, I don't know if it exists yet, but somebody needs to invent the dual chamber air fryer rice cooker combo, and I think that they would become a mega quadrillionaire. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this and maybe play some Fire Emblem or some Yakuza or just sit and stare at my computer screen while being in Discord. I also got this Muscle Milk protein shake, 32 grams of protein, not as good as the Fairlife ones, but the Fairlife ones are like $80 for like 12 of them, and this was on sale. I think I got 12 of them for like $15, which is fantastic. It's like $1, what, like 10? No. Yeah, it's like $1.10 per drink. Anyway, yeah, they don't taste that great, but they're bearable. So I might buy them again. The chocolate ones might be better than the vanilla, but something about these pre-made protein shakes, I just prefer the vanilla. The good news is that it is no longer freezing cold outside, but the bad news is that it's Washington, so now it's raining. Tara and I recently rewatched both Dune movies, and just in preparation and out of my own curiosity, I've finally been chipping away at the book, at least the first one, and it's great. You get so much more like fine details from Herbert's writing that you really can't translate into the movies. I mean, I love the movies. I love what Denny does, and especially the work of like somebody like Greg Fraser with the visuals. But the book has been really, really enjoyable so far, and honestly, it's been a minute since I've properly read a book. Something I'm really enjoying from James Clear's newsletter last week, I'm catching up on it, is this quote from the author G.K. Chesterton. And he said, and this has to do with like living with conviction and will and like the energy to live and all that. He said, a dead thing goes with the stream. Only a living thing can swim against it. So much of our lives, we kind of just live on autopilot, and then before you know it, a week pass, a month pass, a year pass, and you're like, damn, what did I do? Was I living with conviction? Was I living with purpose and intention? And I think that no matter what is going on, one of the best ways to feel like, because that's what it really comes down to, right? Feel, perception. To feel like your life is going somewhere, to feel like your life means something is, again, it all comes back to just paying attention. Paying attention to where you're putting your energy, paying attention to your convictions, paying attention to how you place that attention into your values. And it's just always, to me, I can never get reminded of that stuff enough, because it's one of the hardest things we do as human beings, not pay attention. Very, very important update. Coworker got some cinnamon rolls. Oh my God. Like, these things are like the size of my hand. I already ate one, and they have to be like 1,200 calories at least. But I might need another. I might need to eat 2, really go overboard, and then I got to run like 10 miles today after work. But hey man, if you know me, you know that cinnamon rolls are my favorite pastry of all time. This coworker really popped off with this one. Lunch pho today. I got the leftover rice and broccoli from last night, and then we got these pre-diced packages of steak bites from Costco. Pretty good. They're like 20 grams of protein per pack. There were only 2 left. I wanted to take both of them, but I wanted to leave one for Satara. And then I got a protein bar, one protein bar. It's a Reese's collab they did. It literally tastes exactly like peanut butter. So I eat that and an apple for like a midday snack. It tastes exactly like dipping apple slices inside a jar of peanut butter. And then for breakfast, I had one of the Oikos yogurts and a Bobo bar, like usual. I might go home a little early today. I don't feel that great. I'm gonna eat and I don't know, try and make it until like noon. It's like 10:30 right now, and see how I feel. So that could affect the training this week, but if it does, we'll just do what we can, as we always do. Home from work, and I did 5 miles on the treadmill right here. It was all at 10% incline, so that was great. I've never done a full run like that at 10%. Normally I do 5%, and I just go for like an hour. I don't know, I wanted to feel something. Like I said, I wasn't, look at this guy, dude. Like I said earlier, I just did not feel well, and I left work like a half hour early. We all kind of did. I toughed it out. I don't know what it was, dude. Maybe I'm hoping that it doesn't persist, because I really don't want to get sick. There's like that flu going around right now. Really don't want that. And honestly, every time I get really sick, dude, this shit makes my fucking forehead look huge. Yeah, normally when I get sick, it's like right around like March, April, like if I do. I don't know why. Like, I've had to miss 2 races that I've signed up for because they were around that time. And then there was also last year in September when I got COVID or something, bro. I couldn't even breathe. That was crazy. And I had to skip the Spartan race with my older brother, which was super unfortunate because it was like 2 years in the making. But anyway, I just ordered a bunch of Dominoes. So yeah, when you're not feeling good, there's nothing like ordering some extremely calorically dense pizza to make you feel a lot better. Good morning. Can you tell I'm at a red light? Had to wake up extra early today because I care about other people. I'm in the safety committee at work, and like 4 times a year, quarterly, as they say it, we have like a little safety meeting an hour before work. It'd be nice if I could just leave work an hour early today. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I also don't know if you can hear my car in the background or my AC or any of the air coming out of the vents. I hope you can't. I hope this is audible. But yeah, not normally one to record anything while in my car. But I figured since I'm at a stoplight, it'd probably be all right. I'll make a slight exception. You know, I'll keep taking an inch, giving me a mile, all that sort of stuff. Also, I do want to give a quick apology for not posting any of the pizza. My bad. It was good, but you know what? I almost went back for seconds and then I didn't. I almost ate like 5 pieces and instead I ate 3. So proud of myself for that one. And by the time I was gonna get up and get more, it was already like 8:30 and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna brush my teeth. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna read some Dune or some manga. Or you know what I have been doing lately? I've been laying in bed and playing Fire Emblem 7, Fire Emblem the Blazing Blade on my Switch. And dude, I love Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's so good. And it's about time that I really play like all the games that made it what it is, because I grew up with Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, but I never got the chance to go back and play like Blazing Blade, Binding Blade, Sacred Stones. I've had Awakening for so long on my 3DS, but I'm lazy, dude. I'm not gonna pull out my 3DS. You know, as I think about all my interests, all the things that I love to do, all the things that I find the most joy in and day out, I wonder like why I enjoy those things or how I found them, especially when I'm around people who don't seem to have those things. More and more I'm realizing that all the things that I love, I have pretty much loved since I was a child, like anime and manga. Now, when I was in daycare, when I was like 7 years old, some older kid was watching Dragon Ball Z, and that's what got me hooked on anime. And then, obviously from there, manga. Or I always loved PE in school, and I especially loved the running portions, even though I could never really work up the courage to join the the track team or cross country or anything like that. But it's interesting how going through life, if you're struggling with finding things that you enjoy, like finding what, I don't know, maybe one would call a passion, even though I don't really like that word that much, then it might be worth looking at your childhood, like trying to find out what you really loved when you were a kid, what really brought you joy before you had responsibilities like bills or showing up to a job or anything like that, and then trying to revisit those things one by one. And I don't know, you never know, dude. You never know what sort of like latent love might be within you, something that has been asleep for years and it's just waiting to be woken up. Hello, gamers. I got a breakfast sandwich from the local cafe. Currently, we are just finishing up some of this slab grade right here. Basically, it'll be the floor to the bottom floor of this apartment building. We're gonna grade it out. Waterproofers come in. That's what that blue stuff is. And then concrete gets poured on top of it. And I stand here leaning against a column that people hit with their cars inside parking garages. And I eat a sandwich. I am here. I'm in my comfy, and I got a half-eaten plate of salmon, rice, and veggies. Did like 1 hour on the bike. That's pretty sweet. I went on the bike because, I don't know, my adductor is feeling weird, so I don't want to exacerbate it anymore. I might replace my long run this weekend with the bike. Maybe just do the bike for the next week or something like that. We'll see. The vlog will never know. Never know what? That we ate some Taco Bell for dinner.
People can't know that.
They can't know that. They can't know that. They especially can't know that I eat Taco Bell. Oh, that light's out. It's out now. It was flickering the other day. Now it's out. We live in a Resident Evil house. Yeah, I don't think that I recorded a video this morning at all. They said that we were gonna do a half day at work. They're like, yeah, I should be gone by noon. No, not gone by noon. Actually worked a little bit past 3, which is more than 8 hours. So that's how that always works. They say it's a half day, but when they say a half day, they literally mean a half a day, 12 hours. But yeah, I didn't go to the gym today either because I'm trying to let my adductor groin area chill out. It doesn't hurt. Like I can definitely run on it, but it's just like that very mild, like grade 1 or 2 out of 10, like that aura or that feeling. It's like, yeah, you can keep moving on it, keep putting it through the stimulus, but maybe just like a couple days of rest or like light mobility work is really the answer. So shout out to Satara for keeping me in check when because it's really difficult for me to take a day off from the gym.
Good morning. It's Saturday. I am not going to run today. I'm going to be good, but I am going to go and just lift some weights. Probably do a push day because, yeah, I haven't done a chest day or push day this week. I'm going to see what everything feels like just walking around the gym. And, I might do something light tomorrow. Maybe a little jaunt, a little stride. More than likely, I'll just go on the bike because this might be we'll start, just a little small start to an injury that I do not want to get worse. And I'm pretty sure I didn't even do it while running. Like I did it because I'm just stretching too much. Like I was trying to do a lot of like split related stretches. And obviously I seem to have pushed it just a little bit too hard. It's either that or I was lifting something at work and I did like a sumo deadlift position. And I know that can strain the adductor sometimes. But yeah, there's no like pain. It's just like an aura. So that's a good sign.
Yo, what's going on? Back at my desk. So did that push day and then we took this guy to the vet for his vaccines and we got an x-ray follow-up from his cystotomy that he got in November. And since putting him on the prescription diet for the bladder stones, and his bladder is clear, nothing in there at all. So I'm obviously very excited about that, even though the x-ray was like $200, but it's necessary, man. So that's really good news. I think that I am going to, I'll probably go on like a 5-mile run tomorrow, like super easy effort, because I want to see if, because like this feeling in my adductor was there last week when I did a 16-mile long run on Saturday and then a 6-mile run on Sunday. So, that's 22 miles right there in 2 days, and nothing got worse. And whenever something like this happens, I obviously want to like keep training, but I think it's really important, of course, to rest and to feel it out. But so much of this, and I know I've talked about this before, but so much of this is being able to parse the difference between feeling the injury or feeling this thing that is happening to your body and knowing if that feeling is pain or not. So like what I mean is when I had my hamstring injury, there for so long I was scared to run fast because I would start to run fast and I would feel it in my hamstring. And I thought that feeling was directly equated to the injury coming back on. But it's because your hamstring is just being used, right? It's like, if you, let's say you like just, it's like an ankle injury too. It's like, yeah, of course, you're going to feel your ankle. If it starts to atrophy after an injury and you start walking on it again, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel every little bit of that part of your body that has weakened. And I'm not a PT, right? I just know from trying to pay attention to my body, like so much of this is like an overloading issue. And I really do think that because I did a bunch of those, I was just thinking back on these adductor things that I was doing. Like I was practicing pancake stretch, I was doing a lot of Cossack squats, and I was just doing a lot of like split related work. I was doing loaded airplane openers, which are honestly, those ones probably did it. But those three things, like that amount of volume, all of a sudden, instead of ramping up, and I should know better because it's all the same with everything, your body needs time to adapt. I think that just probably did it. So yeah, I don't think it's bad. It can't be more than like a grade 1, or it's really just an irritation at its worst. But yeah, all that to say, I'm probably just going to test it lightly tomorrow around, just something light. Only flat ground, nothing crazy that has to, or that requires me to do a lot of like hip flexion. It's not good, but things like this I think are good for me to show and to talk about, because not everything's perfect. Not everything's fucking peachy all the time. You just kind of gotta keep going along the road, along the path, and eventually you run into the barriers that the universe has set up for you. There's this great analogy that I love. I think I made it up. I don't know. I thought of it like a couple years ago. I'm sure somebody smarter than me has already thought of it though, and I just don't know about it. But anyway, like so many of us think that our lives are like just driving on the highway. Like it's just, you're just going 60 miles an hour, no hitches, no traffic, nothing. But the reality is that your life is like below the highway. Like you are down below the highway, and it's all sticker bushes, and you have a machete, and you have bricks. And as you hack your way through the sticker bushes, through the trees, through everything down there, you continue to lay bricks behind you. And then you look back and you're like, wow, look at this path that I've been on. But then you look in front of you and it's just more and more stuff to conquer, more problems to solve. And every once in a while, there might be a break in the sticker bushes, or there might be a car waiting to take you up onto the highway, and those moments in life are a little bit more seamless, but inevitably you are always going to end up below the highway, and you just got to keep hacking away. So I think that when you have a better frame of mind around that hacking, I think you will probably be a lot better off day to day. Well, just probably more satisfied with your life too. Okay, so here we are. I'm at like a 9-minute chiller pace, and everything's fine. There's a faint aura around my adductor, so I can definitely feel there's something going on. But I think depending on how I feel after this run, well, and during it, of course, that'll determine if I can actually like keep my volume or reduce it, and maybe just go a little bit lighter for the next week or two. That was a 3-mile run, and I just ate some breakfast. I had some eggs and some of that ready to eat steak from Costco that I mentioned the other day. I think I mentioned that the other day. Yeah, the adductor definitely tight. It's good because it's that feeling like I was speaking about, not pain, nothing sudden, nothing sharp. It seems like I did too much intensity and too fast. So volume, intensity, and overall frequency, all those things added together when it comes to doing the whole flexibility thing and loading up some adductor exercises did a little bit of damage. Luckily, doesn't seem like too much damage, so that's good. But I think this is a great opportunity to speak on something that so many people go through. And even though I talk about this all the time and I am aware of it, sometimes you can still just be hitting a blind spot. And I think that a lot of people get wrapped up in, we all get excited when we first do something. Or I think in this case, I was excited because I'm hitting a consistent volume in my running over the past like 6-7 weeks. It's that excitement that can send you into the pit of despair. I like to take these opportunities to to learn and to recognize where those blind spots still may be present. I think that that is the best approach, and I'm talking right now like I just created a grave or committed a grave mistake, but really it's not even that bad. Still, I like to use any opportunity as a learning opportunity, and whatever I can do, if I can experience something, learn something from it, and then transfer that to somebody else so that they hopefully will not experience that in as much, what would the phrasing be? Hopefully somebody else doesn't have to dig themselves into as deep of a hole as I did just by listening to me. Overall, I think this week was, it was decent. I think I walked away with like 13 miles, but that's just how it is sometimes, you know? You go from 40 miles to like 35, and then stuff happens, life gets in the way sometimes, and it's okay. One other thing that's important to remember is that, like, even if I took like 2 weeks off right now, I probably wouldn't lose any fitness, or really like the amount of fitness that I would lose is like so marginal that it doesn't even really matter that much. It's like, I remember my coach, my previous coach, explained this to me in a way that I really love. And this doesn't just apply to training, it's really everything. All the days you build up are like pages in a book, right? All these pages stacked up. And if that 2 weeks is 2 pages out of like, let's say a 500-page book, you're not losing anything. Like, you still have the other 498 pages that were stacked up in the positive direction for you. It's just interesting how easy it is for our minds to focus on those 2 pages, and how we immediately get pulled away from focusing on the 498 that are still there, that are still present. This is kind of dumb, but for a pop culture reference, it's like when One Piece spoilers, by the way. Luffy loses someone really important to him, and he's freaking out, understandably. And it's right before the time skip, and when Jinbei is talking to him, trying to calm him down, he said, yeah, you lost that, but what still remains? And it's just, I mean, it's great writing, I think. It's great framing technique. I mean, it is from One Piece, but it's, you know, you could really apply it to like anything. It's kind of, you know, the silver lining concept, or just to be grateful for what you still have. And I'm still able to run. I ran 3 miles today, so yeah, it's not all bad. It's fine. We'll bounce back. We always do. As for this video, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Find me on all the other socials. Find me on Instagram, TikTok. I just had a video go crazy on TikTok. Really weird. Doesn't have to do with running, though. It has to do with a stupid, it's like a 6-second video I made on a whim, waiting for the loader at work. And it's got like 330K views. Really weird. For some reason, it's wild, like how off track the comments can get too. Like, I understand why people can get a viral video and it completely destabilizes them. I watch my brain when this stuff is happening, and it's remarkable. Like, I totally understand how people can have things like this happen to them, and I'm not saying I'm the strongest person on the planet or that I'm like intellectually superior or anything like that, but I know how to watch my mind, and especially in moments like this, I can see why people get captured by their audience and all that. But that's something for another video, I think. All in all, though, again, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoy making these videos, and I hope that you enjoy watching them. So I will see you on the next one.